Day 11 of Cincinnati Bengals training camp. Let's talk about it. Shout out to Dan, as always, for posting this, radio voice of the Cincinnati Bengals and University of Cincinnati Bearcats. Trey Hendrickson took part in drills for the first time in 2 weeks after an undisclosed injury. You'll hear Coach Mark yell, "Trey," indicating that he won his 5-yard sprint as the defensive line works on getting good jumps. Alright, let's watch this. Okay, so literally just sprinting, which, okay, not bad. Definitely Trey was faster than everybody else, except for Miles Murphy, which honestly is not surprising. Alright, number 2. With Cam Sample out for the season, McKinley Jackson sidelined with a sprained knee, and another defensive lineman dealing with a minor injury. Lordy. Defensive line is going through it. The Bengals signed Andre Carter and Joshua Pryor for added depth heading into Saturday's preseason game. Okay, so these are the guys. Nice. Okay. And we got our second guy here. Which again, we'll see how he does in preseason. We'll see if if those guys have any potential. I doubt they make the 52-man roster, but actually, I don't doubt it at all, actually. Because of the fact that Cam Sample is out, you need to have rotational guys. You need to have someone in there for depth purposes. So, unless we go out there and sign a veteran like Cole Lawson or something, yeah, it's very possible. Number 3, T. Higgins had a bunch of receptions, hauling in a 65-yard touchdown from Joe Burrow and forcing me to backpedal out of the way on this sideline catch. You can tell he's on the mission to have a great season, said Coach Troy Walters. Yeah, dude, he's going to have a fantastic season. All right, so, not even a joke here. Wow. Dan had to really move. That ball came right for his side. Yeah, no. Shout out to Dan for moving away, because that was absolutely insanity. Yup, right there. Dang, yeah, that was right on him. Alright, it was inevitable. Today's padded practice featured 4 scuffles, a lot of not safe for work language, and a physical play on both sides. We're probably sick of each other, said Teddy K. It's time to play somebody else, which is perfect timing. The Bucs are coming to town Saturday. Yeah, it's also, you got competitive players, you got a lot of heat, you got a lot of frustrations. Someone gets beat on one play, and they remember it the whole entire process. Stuff like this, it's going to happen, man. And this is what we looked at yesterday. It's actually a different angle from Dan here. But pretty much Yoshi goes across the middle, catches the ball. Jermaine Pratt kind of blows him up on the play. He gets hit in the back end here from Von Bell. Does end up dropping the ball, which it is Pratt's trading camp. You drop the ball, whatever. But in a regular season game, Yoshi's going to have to catch that ball. And because that's reality-wise, yes, it was kind of a, bang-bang push play. But that wasn't really that bad in the end of the day. That really wasn't that bad. That was a somewhat of a hit, but it wasn't really that excessive in all honesty. You got to catch that football. But Yoshi most likely will in an actual game scenario. But yeah, again, this is football. This is competitiveness. This is what happens when you put competitors in, padded practices with contact. You're going to have some chippiness. You're going to have some fights. You're going to have some back and forth. It's a part of football, man. It's just a part of football overall wise. Zack T had everyone take a knee at the end of practice, telling them that he liked the increased intensity and seeing players on both sides of the ball stick up for their teammates. But he also cautioned them about fighting because we can't afford to lose anybody. That is true. Not only, you get thrown out of the game if you end up fighting somebody, especially some of these younger guys who aren't as disciplined yet. Yeah, you get thrown out of the game, and then obviously you also get 15-yard penalties. And the last thing we need here is a 15-yard penalty that would go ahead and cost us the drive or maybe multiple drives or potentially get them first downs and move the chains. So, yeah, you just got to remember that going into the game. Again, last year, if you remember, Jordan Battle, he was actually, ironically enough, because he's so amazing now, he did draw that penalty in that game versus, what was it in the preseason game? I forget, Falcons game. He drew that penalty, which was a 15-yard penalty, and gave them first down. We ended up stopping them and holding them to a field goal. But that, again, that kind of stuff you can't do. You gotta be smart. Now, sticking up for your teammates, I feel like it's a little bit different. Like, Yoshi, in this context here, didn't really go after somebody or, hit somebody after the play because he got hit. That was more Teddy K sticking up for him, which I feel like refs are more, I don't say they're more kind of lenient with that, but I feel like refs are kind of more logical with that. Like when a player sticks up for another player rather than that said player going out and like pushing another play. I feel like they're a little bit more lenient when it comes to sticking up for one another. Not as much, and with us, probably not at all because they don't like us. But for the most part, they are a lot more lenient when it comes to, okay, this guy stuck up for this guy. As long as it doesn't get out of control and like a punch is thrown, usually it's like, all right, break it up, break it up, break it up. But usually if it's a player who did get, hit or something and he's now retaliating, refs are more amped to throw the yellow flag because they're like, okay, well, you have a head of steam because of what just happened to you. So you're more likely to, end up throwing a punch or something. So the flags get thrown a lot easier based on what I've seen from the past, at least. But overall wise, very good day. Continue trucking, guys. Today's Thursday, so a couple more days before we get back to Bengals football. And we are almost there. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.